Bonsoir, everyone. Robert here. Little filtered water. My scent of the day is this Shimad pour Homme, my new signature scent. As quickly as I got it, I put it up to that pedestal. Hope everyone's doing okay. So then I decided to do a video because I started doing notes on like a feature review of Shimad. So I started writing down, and this is off the cuff. I think I'm gonna write straight. Excuse me, I'm gonna read straight off of what I wrote down from Shimad. So I sprayed this, and another reason why I'm doing this is because I wanted to wear this shirt, and I never wear it. Don't think I dress like this. Is that tracking? I don't think it is. But this is a tester. It's from La Parisiennes. The fall of last year, my good friend Fosco, who I really respect and like, he lives in Corleone, Sicily, I think. I'm not sure where he lives. But we were trading some liquid, and he sent me Shimad because I was interested in it. I think he said, he sent me a picture, and I said, well, what about that Shimad? So he sent me this, and I went through it. It was an immediate love. And before then, I said, I know what prompted his generosity. I said, what does that Shimad smell like and taste like? What does that smell like? Because by then I'm already into my niche Guerlain, right? My Guerlain. And he goes, without hesitating, he said, it's like a gentleman's Fahrenheit. So that's kind of striking and weird right there. But immediately you think of violet, and that's what's in here, right? Is violet flower. It gives it the powderiness, but it's violet leaf. Okay, those are, most of y'all know there's violet and violet leaf. I think there's both in here, and I think it's mostly violet flower, and that's why this is so powdery. And is it more powdery than Derby? That's a good question. But I think the violet flower tends to give off a little petrol vibe. If not, there's violet leaf in here. And when you first smell this, more than so after you get used to it, but I still get it. A gentleman's Fahrenheit. There's that violet leaf vibe, that petrol Fahrenheit vibe that is in Shimad pour Homme. And he was right on. He was right on. I fell in love with it. I wore my sample, and was sad that it was going to go away someday. And then towards the end of last year, I found this on one of the auction sites, and I grabbed it. And by then, I've already been on a no, like my collection was finished, and for now, I'm not buying anything because, you know, mostly because I'm content and just, it wasn't on the front burner anymore. I had to, you know, pay bills and live life. But I haven't bought anything this year yet. It's 2023. This was one of the last perfumes I bought. It's a tester. And that's what I'm wearing today. And I absolutely love it. So here we go. That's my introduction. A gentleman's Fahrenheit, and it's right on. Now, this is not a shoo-in. Not everyone's going to love this or like it even. Let me just read what I wrote down. Just as notes. So when it comes to me, I write them down. I got my computer in front of me here. Shimad pour Homme. This is not the original Shimad. Years before, I think it was just for the ladies, called Shimad. But and another reason besides this shirt, all right, this is a Shimad shirt. It really is. Or it's that new Hermes Violet Volyenka. But anyway, I like this lavender color, eggplant, whatever. I shaved. I was pretty 4 days or 3 days growth, and the hair came out really nice and close. So this is a clean shaven scent, in my opinion. A shirt like this, a gentleman's scent. I'm gonna compare it to its predecessor, and then the King Derby. All right, because there's Derby in this, so there's Guerlain, but there's Derby in this. I'm not an expert on Derby. I wrote clean shaven dress shirt, powdery violet flower, also from violet leaf or the flower, question mark. Fahrenheit vibe, gives it a Fahrenheit vibe, especially when you sniff it at first. I mean, I got it right off the bat. You know, it doesn't smell like Fahrenheit. This is a fresh scent, but in terms of florals, it does smell like Fahrenheit. Floral meaning violet. And violet flower is powdery. A reason, if you don't like powdery or violet leaf, you stay away from this, okay? I think it's easy to stay away from this right now because it's not available to buy. There I go again. Loving and doing a review on something that is off the shelf now. It's discontinued. The other strong point of Chamade Pour Homme, in my opinion, right, is a sharp green scent. Sharp, fresh, light green scent. All right, there's more powerful green scents, but I'm not a big proponent of green scents, but this one maybe is my favorite. Hyacinth, maybe it's from the hyacinth, the sharp greenness of it. Then I wrote, it's Derby-ish but more sweet, with a spicy nutmeg, and I get that. I get the spicy nutmeg. Nutmeg, I put that in the category. I also get anise in here, and it doesn't list anise, I don't think, but I bet it's in here. And those spices are not for everyone. I think I would put those in the same corner of the rack. Anise and nutmeg, kind of, you know, nutty, spicy, aromatic, and then the anise is licorice and sweet, right? So those might turn you off. Then I wrote a successful gentleman. All right, that's why I put on the shirt, because I have to put the facade on. Not looking at a successful gentleman, just a passionate one. With a little colorful, non-conservative flair, I wrote, right? So pertaining to Derby, conservative, just CEO, straightforward. Don't joke around too much, right? And but this one, a little laid back, jokes around more, a little rascal. Like, I'm a rascal, right? So Shimad fits with that. A little less conservative, or a lot less conservative maybe than Derby, to picture it in your mind, to go along with that powderiness, the nutmeg, and the sharp greenness, right? And of course the violet, which I love. I love that floral. I think it's a great masculine floral, by the way. Yeah, so I wrote like the Derby man, quote unquote, being a little less serious and relaxing a bit at a club function or a sport club luncheon, for instance, like at a luncheon at his tennis club or racquetball or health club during the day, you know, optimally, but in the evening. At work, definitely, just a little of this signature scent. I can definitely vouch that it would go. So that's what I wrote down. Because of Chamade Pour Homme and then Derby, I have a sample of Derby. also from this wooden bottle collection. For the future, it's gotten me more interested in Guerlain, and specifically the La Parisiennes. And I don't think, even if I had all the La Parisiennes, I don't think I'd love them as much as the art and material line, art and materials exclusive line. But I know for one thing, this is my present day modern, at my age now, Chanel Pour Monsieur. Okay, so I've worn Chanel Pour Monsieur since in my 20s. Way more than 30 years of use, and I look upon Chamade in the same manner. Like Chanel Pour Monsieur, I could wear more casually with a t-shirt, just and the performance has never been there, so it kind of would go to a skin set, so you can just spray it on t-shirt and go play basketball. But Shimad is not like that. This has great performance, by the way. It's going to hang around, longevity, projection. I'm sure great sillage. Haven't worn it for so many years, but I know that it's people like it. It's definitely a compliment getter. I got, quote unquote, I got the compliment from my friend Margaret, who has a great nose, but she likes not so much of the challenging scents, but she likes the ones that kind of maybe in the crowd smell great. She likes Fève and Ombre Nuit and Tonka Imperial and even Angelique Noir. And she said, "Oh boy, you smell good," as soon as I walked in the door to go say hello to her, my friend Margaret the artist. She said, "Oh boy, you smell good." And I thought this might have been a little too, it's not wacky at all, but a little too niche or so, or powdery for her to say anything. But she said it maybe twice. And so I know it's pleasing out there. I think it's a very, very handsome scent, and not so casual. Not so casual. So work, like when I did some work in the warehouse before I went into sales some years back. No, I would wear it because I'm a frag head, but not for the so probably office, country club, that kind of thing. Yeah, clean cut haircut. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really like those characters, but I would say, remember like Frasier, that show Frasier? One of those brothers, or both of them, could wear Shimad, right? They're uppity intellectuals. That's, maybe I was searching for that term. It's an intellectual scent, and I enjoy intellectuals and conversations and all that, besides joking around and being a pain rascal most of the time. But I would say it's a very intellectual scent, more laid back and fun loving than Derby. And I am happy as a clam to have this tester. Other than that, I'm just disappointed that it's not available anymore. It hasn't come out, at least in a different iteration, but I bet if you search around, you can find this. And this has put a fire to lengthen my journey and want to explore more La Parisiennes, more Guerlain. Maybe the original Shimad, I'd like to smell that. That'd be very joyful and compared to this. So right down below, if you like this scent or not, or what you think about Guerlain niche, like La Parisiennes in general, Lupin. I got Lupin, I like it. Lupin Dandy, that is. And Derby, of course. I think Derby is a little too, maybe it's great scent. I think it's a little too stiff for me. If I had to be a real critic, I enjoy wearing Derby and learning it, but Shimad was a no-brainer. It's if I was younger, I'd be kind of stressing, saying, where am I going to get a backup of this? Because, like I said, I kind of look at it as my new signature scent. So that's my shtick for my scent of the day. Violet, okay, violet and nutmeg, and a light, sharp greenness, but profound greenness. That's what probably threw me off, and I was not so used to green. A bright green maybe in my face, so that's what's kind of maybe turning people off if they had to criticize Shimad. But I recommend you trying this without a doubt. If you're into niche, if you're into Guerlain, especially if you're a gentleman, this is a must sniff. And ladies, maybe must sniff to get it for your husband, and so on and so on, or your son, or your boyfriend, or for yourself. But I think it's pretty masculine. Like, again, there's the original Shimad. So that's it. Thanks for joining me, and I'm going to get back to my wear. Probably, well, I just put this on just for the video, but I'll put on a t-shirt and go on my day with my Shimad. So thanks a lot, and check you out in the next video. Bye-bye.